A small and young town founded on 4th of February 1970 as the ninth Atomgrad, or a type of closed city which was built specially to house workers and their families who worked in the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Pripyat gained its city status in 1979, and this young city housed mostly young families with a total population of 49,360. This happy and luxurious city unfortunately didn't get to shine for far too long, as on 26th April of 1986, the explosion in Chernobyl nuclear power plant changed the whole course of this young town. Hello and howdy. In this video, we are going to be building Pripyat city, trying to make it as close as possible as it was before the incident and work with the assets that we have got in the game. For this, I built the entire map of Pripyat and it will be coming out soon after this video, so stay tuned. Without further ado, let's jump into the build. Before we move on, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying the content. Thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. So we have the boundary frames or roads already done for us, and we will build the frames for which I have image overlay mod, and I will pull out this overlay which shows all the known and mapped out main streets and roads in Pripyat. So we will start with the main road that comes from the south called Lenin Avenue that departs into a couplet, for which I use my custom 8-meter alley and extend it till the end and draw its other half, and then draw a UE and making one part of this section here. Now we come to the end of couplet here, and I have this Wikimapia website open where it has a surprisingly detailed map of Pripyat. So we are going to use some of it in our build, as we are not sure how much of it is 100% accurate. But regardless, after making the other couplet, I will make some frames here, after which we can move to making the small local interchange. So using the Google Earth's 2002 picture as reference, I will draw out this whole interchange using the same custom 2-lane alley that we made, and as you can see, this is complete, and you can guess how this interchange was used to function. Now coming back down, I will finish off connecting this road, and there will be a few more connections remaining, but we will do that later on. Now coming back to here, our couplet ends there, so I will grab a decent looking wide road and extend that like so, which will act as our main road here. Then we can extend the lower part of the couplet downwards using the alley and take it and connect it to the right, hence closing the whole area. And for this and its neighboring area, we have some predefined road frames that has some buildings on them, and yet again, currently I will only be building the ones which we may need and later define them more as we will plop the buildings. And just like this, we will slowly take the notes from the references of the maps that I have gathered. We will build off the main roads, defining each area. And if you're interested, I will link down some of the resources that I have used down in a pinned comment. And to be honest, some of the roads are so difficult to see even in the 2002 photos. Like in this case, with the off ramps in the photo, you can only see the upper road but not the lower one. Wait a minute, it is really not there. So in that case, okay, I will remove this later when I do the plopping. But Anyways, as you can see, the whole main frame of Pripyat is complete. And let me explain the whereabouts of everything. Starting with the main road coming from Chernobyl, which is called Lenin Avenue, which arrives till here and later splits into a couplet system with the directions going upward and downwards. Then we come to the end of the couplet where it is crossed by another one going perpendicular to it, which goes to this intersection. And if I open the roads panel, you can see how the directions of this interchange works. Then we take the main road over here and it goes all the way to the end, meeting another set of couplet system. To the left it goes to the highway, but on the right side we haven't extended it yet, as in reality the 6th micro district never saw the light of the day. So what is micro district? Well, usually in a city we have big districts that house suburbs and residential areas. Then we have some schools, commercials, and sometimes some offices on the main roads. But here in Pripyat we have what is called micro district. They are much smaller but also fully sustainable within the district's boundary. So they have schools, commercial, leisure activities, and they were very famous in the Soviet Union era. So over here in Pripyat, we have 5 micro districts that were already housing citizens and working. Starting from the first micro district, then this is the second, then this is third, this is fourth, and this is the fifth one. Sixth was going to be built on this side, but it never saw the light of the day. Now let's move on to plopping the buildings. So here we have most of the buildings that we might place. So I have laid out everything here so we can just pick up and place them. So let's pick up this asset, a nice and balanced height, and I will place 3 of these here. And I think I will say this early on, because we don't have the widest range of assets available, choosing an asset which is perfect height is going to be a challenge. So we are playing with plus minus 2 floors. So now after these 4, I will come back to our warehouse and pick up this UK large flats 5x2 asset, and we are going to place it here and try to make the pattern resembling real life. And then using Ctrl+C mod, we will copy paste them and adjust their position later on. Now over here we have the same pattern of housing 2 more times towards the north of the screen. So I will select all these guys using Ctrl+C mod and copy paste them here, kind of eyeballing the orientation. Then next to them we have a kindergarten, and I want to use this UK elementary school here, but because of its footprint I will have to use the prop version of it so that it can fit nicely here. Then we have a continuation of pattern here, so I will copy paste this one here. And now on the third division here we have more space. That means we are adding one more building here, which is a proper elementary school. But again, because we are low on assets, we will choose this urban elementary school, as it has similar footprint and height compared to the one in real world. Now the sideways pattern continues even in this area too, but changes for the leftover space above. So I will grab this asset and lay it down in this sort of L-shaped pattern, and then copy paste this one over here next to it and close this off with this asset and move it in its place. Now I need some single towers here, and I have this asset here, so I'll grab it and place it in these four areas and a small commercial in the middle here. And as you can see, half of micro district 1 is complete. Now, while I place the roads, I will explain some bits here and there about the micro districts and the architecture of the 1970s Soviet era. The reason for so many similar looking apartment blocks or having so much open space was a result of communist decision to have families indulge in more commercial and social activities rather than be at home. During the time period, these apartment blocks were an easy way to create housing for many families in less time, as these were made from prefabricated materials, making it possible to be made in 2 weeks. Before, in around 1950s to 1960s, the apartment blocks were made in such a way that every 2 to 3 households would have one kitchen, thus implying more social activities. But around this time in 1970s, the rise of microrayon or micro district led to the families having their own separate kitchens, meaning they could easily gather there without needing to meet their next door neighbors. Every house had a kitchen, one living room, single bedroom, and some houses even had a study room. But Communist Party still encouraged to join committees of the house to keep living conditions in order. Okay, back to the build. So now we can move on to this part where we have some hostel complex and hospital complexes. And just to speed up everything, as there is more than 13 hours of footage, I will show you guys some hyperlapse compilations of the whole plopping and tune in between to explain some of the decisions that I made along the way. Sit back and enjoy. For the hospital complex and especially the main building, I went with this Eastern European hospital, the large one, and I think this not only fits size wise but also looks pretty good and true to the time. So in District 3, we have these lightning shaped buildings. So for these, at first, I went with the true to size height wise, but then the whole district got over in like 75% of the area. Hence, I had to go with a higher option, thus giving me 3 by 3 buildings, and now the district was perfectly sized. But we had to compromise in terms of height. Now for the main square and main cultural building, I went with the prop version of Central Bank as not only it feels grand, it also looks good and again true to the time. And well, for famous Prometheus theater, we have our own Eastern European theater, so it had to go over there. And as you can see, y'all, we have finished zoning and this is looking really good. So in District 1, you already know all the shebang and what we did. And this is the hostel complex, and above it is the hospital complex, and underneath all of it we have made these garages, and I haven't placed the surfaces yet, so we will do that in detailing section. So let's leave all the goodies that I did for city tour and let's jump into the detailing. For the detailing, I am going to start in Micro District 3. It has a mix of everything. So starting with the pathways, for which I am going to choose this Crypto Gamers pathway netlane, and taking a note from Wikimapia for pathways, we are going to draw them out. Because of the encouragement to socialize, Pripyat has an abundance of pathways that connect different areas with each other. And because of Soviets wanting to have well-maintained cities, even the pathways were well made. After making the pathways in this district, we have planned a tree lining over here. So I'm going to choose a tree and start placing it in a particular pattern. And after doing this, we are going to start placing some bush and tree lining along the pathways to decorate them a bit so it doesn't look plain. Despite in real life they had more on plainer side with no bushes or very less of them. But again, in the game we don't have grass to fill the land, hence we are doing this. After this, we will place the trees, but not completely fill it with trees. We will place them according to the 2002 image of Pripyat. Yes, it is a bit overgrown, but I am sure it will look good at the end. And topping it off with some bushes and flower bushes in open areas, and then draw out the invisible pathway on our netlane to make it functional. And this will end this district's detailing. And once again, throughout the other 4 districts we have to do the exact same thing. So I will speed up till we reach the main square and then we will detail that together. And there we are in the main square, and first of all we will start with the surface. So I will draw out in the main square where we need it, and we have also went with the styled pattern as it adds some details to the surface rather than just looking plain like concrete. After this, I will grab our channel's favorite grass texture and try to line this up with the center of the main building. After we finish this, I am going to grab the garden beds, and from here we will start to make some patterns that will break off the whole surface and roughly mark out the areas where people will walk. In real life, you can see in this image we have some sort of bushes and flower bushes in between, and this adds to the look and also fills up the open space, and you have a clear picture of where you have to walk and where you cannot walk. So rather than having them on the ground, I will have them on this raised garden bed. And you can see this is how our pattern is gonna look. Now we grab the bushes and flower bushes and start decorating it with it. Then we are going to place some bollards in certain areas. These are not there in real life, but I will add them just to add some more depth to the detailing. And I think this also looks good and kind of create some more breakups, and they are also good for detailing on the roadside. And to finish it off, I will add some benches on the side so that people can sit and relax over here. And with this, we will cue on some hyperlapse compilations of the detailing, and I will catch up with you in the final tour showcasing our Pripyat. And here we have it, guys. We have finally finished Pripyat build, and this is how it is looking with all the detailing that we have done and each and everything that we have added, from the apartment blocks to the trees to the props and everything. and this is how it is looking. So let's start from the main avenue, which is the Lenin Avenue, and you can see how this is looking. And on even on the like our sidewalks that we have made, there are so many people using it. And even the Lenin Avenue, if we follow this throughout, then we will reach to our main square, which is our cultural building. And for this we have used our central bank, and I think that is probably the best asset that we could have used over here. And also we have detailed quite a lot in the main square as well. So even in the cultural building, you can see all the bush detailing and the lights and the trees and everything. And especially on the main square itself, you can see people walking, which is so nice. And you rarely get to see like citizens using like these areas. So I think this is looking pretty good. And then on the left side we have a shopping center over here, and on the back side we have what is in real life a telecommunicator type of building. But we have tried to recreate that with something else. So it is an outdoor eating area, and again people are kind of using it, so walking quite close to it. And then if we come towards the right, we have the hotel building, and then some other two buildings as well. And especially we have this raised section over here. So in real life you have like a glassed roof on this, and we have used solar panels to type of like recreate that look. And then on the right side of the main square we have the Prometheus cinema, and we couldn't have used any better asset other than the Eastern European theater that we have got. And I think this is looking pretty good over here. Then this is the main plaza for the Prometheus cinema, and again we don't have the statue, so we have used what we could have, which is the garden beds and all the detailing that we could do. And you can see people are walking and using this, and it is looking so good. Then on the right side we have our pier. So this is a type of like hydrofoil, I think that is called. So there are usually boats over here, and people take boats and ride them on this like lake over here. So this is what we have tried to recreate, but this is not one-to-one recreation. So we have just used some signature buildings over here just so people come over here, and we have some activity going on. So that's that. And then on the base we have the bush detailing and the sort of like wall structure over here with the staircase. And then on the edge we have some like these benches and tables, so that people can take their meal and enjoy in front of this lake. And if we come back to the main square, then you will see on the back side we have our central park. So we have got our pond over there, and then we have our sort of amusement park on the left. So Harbor Master Jay was really kind enough to make us this sort of like quite realistic like Ferris wheel. And I think this is the best thing that we could have got, because in the game you have Ferris wheel, but it is also humongous, and it wouldn't have fit in this sort of build. So thanks to Jay for making this asset. And then I have tried to recreate bumper cars over here. Please don't judge me. I didn't found any good asset for the roof, so it is just an open bumper cars. And we have used the smart cars as bumper cars, and then I have painted them. So there's that. And then on behind we have the main building for the bumper cars, so just pay for the tickets and everything. And then on the right side you can see all the pathway and the tree detailing that we've done. Tree detailing is almost as realistic as it could have gotten. So speaking of like these rows of trees over here, or the bushes, or like even the bigger tree detailing that we have done, and then there's sort of like 6 pathways coming to the center, and then all the tree detailing. So everything is um, made to be realistic, and one-to-one recreation, almost one-to-one recreation to the real world. And then after this, we should start with the main districts. So our first district, which is micro district 1. So you can see how this is looking with all the apartment block patterns and everything. And then we have created these like small parks over here with the crypto gamers and Elgento pathways. And then on the right side with the hostel and hospital complexes, we have tried to do exactly the same thing. But then for the hospital complex, you had like this graveyard. So previously I used the UK one, but I think if we are going realistic route, then I had to make a proper one over here. So there's that over there. And if we come back, maybe not come back, if we go right, then you can see we have got the garage building over here. So again, we have switched the asset and it's not the same. And I think this asset resembles garage building much better than the one that we had before. And then if we come to the second district over here, then again same sort of detailing, similar detailing with the bushes, pathways, trees and everything. And then behind the elementary school, we have like quite made this sort of like park over here. So pretty much the same detailing, and we have tried to overdone it a little bit in terms of trees and bushes. And again, I said it before, we don't have grass, so that's why we have done this. But I think it turned out pretty good. Then on the third one, which we detailed together, you can see how this is looking. And then on the fourth one, this is what we have done. So like this is our elementary school or kindergarten again. Then behind that we have got another kindergarten. Then on the right side we have got like middle school over here. So this is a proper elementary school from I think Eastern European pack, and I think it's perfect, it fits perfectly over here. And yeah, I mean Pripyat has 15 kindergartens, and I don't think placing that many elementary schools in the game would have benefited us in any way. And that's what we have done in the fifth district. We haven't placed kindergarten over here, or our elementary school over here, and instead we have went with the college building over here, with the Japanese college building. And on the back we have the I think modern architecture university. So we needed the higher education. People were screaming at us that they need high skilled labor. So here it is. We placed these two guys over here just to fight the demand a little bit. So that's different. And just on the south of the screen you can see the stadium over here. So again with the 3 sports stands, iconic look. And in the middle we have used or made this a football pitch. So there is not a clear picture of like what sport field is over here in the middle, but in the tours that I have seen, they have talked about having some local football teams. So I believe this would be a football pitch over here, a football ground. So that's why we have made this over here. And on the outside we have the ground surface over here, and on the perimeter we have Elgento's dirt pathway acting as like a marathon track or something. Then if we zoom out, then On the left side towards the north, we have what is called kindergarten complex. And yes, I am not kidding. This is actually a kindergarten complex in real life. But again, over here, we have tried to mix and match the educations. So we have the college over here, then I think that's the university, then some elementary and high school, and we have got the upgrade buildings over here just to fill up the gaps. And on the back side, you can see we have got a greenhouse farm, and this is accurate and true to the real life. And again, the three warehouses that we have, they just add to the look of matching the real life version. And if we come to the outskirts, then you have these guys. So on the left you have what should have been a factory, which is called Jupiter factory. But you know, we placed a vehicle factory, but things didn't go quite well for us, and we had to have these issues. So yeah, we have a lot of death rate, and because of like the vehicle factory, air pollution, and the water treatment plant that we placed here, the working one at least, those two caused so much damage to the city, and it was really difficult to reach 50,000 population. But you know, we have replaced them, and this is basically our university and suburban secondary school. So we have tried to, you know, replace it with something which doesn't cause pollution. And then again, over here we have the garage buildings over here, and then the police station and the water treatment plant that is there in real life. And then we have got the shopping complex or shopping mart over here. Then on the left we have got the post sorting facility and everything. Then on the south we have the railway station, which is so busy. As you can see, so many people are using, and you can already see the buses. So where do these buses go? Well, we have a bus station complex over here, and it is right at the entrance of Pripyat from the south side. And we have, you know, placed the modern architecture local bus station, which is also very busy if you come close. But I mean, yeah, this is Pripyat, and this is my recreation of Pripyat, Chernobyl, Ukraine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new or if you enjoy the content. And please join the Patreon if you want to support the channel and the work that I do with these realistic builds or detailing guides or these tutorials. Then please join my Patreon and support me from there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, enjoy the cinematics and happy building.